Hi. Are we live? Can you see us?
Oh, I can check it, right? Let me see.
Yes, we are very much live.
Oh, yes, we are live. Oh, what do you know?
What do you know? We're live.
Hello!
Hello. So, like I said on Twitter and on Instagram, this stream is solely to test if our webcam will function for a whole hour.
Or at least our DSLR as a webcam.
Yeah, we have a backup webcam in case all else fails. But, you know, we're guests on some streams and podcasts and we would like to look our best while doing so.
Exactly.
So that's why we're testing this.
The only thing we haven't tested out is if Apollo is able to destroy everything. Hey, Apollo! Don't you want cables?
He can also turn off the computer.
Oh, God.
Get butt. Hi. That's kind of lame. Anyway, so like we said, we have an additional webcam set up to show the timer, which of course I took out of the thingy. So professional.
Hey, first time we get to be...
So, group. So yes. And we have our little wheel that we can spin and it will generate a new type of top 5. So what we're going to do is we're going to decide the starting player.
Rock, paper, scissors?
Rock, paper, scissors.
All right.
And then the person who loses has to do the top 5. So you get 5 minutes to run around the house and pick out the 5 boxes.
Yes.
While the other gets to answer some questions in chat. And if there are no answers of questions in chat, we decided you have to read from a random rule book for 5 minutes.
How random is it?
I don't know. Probably within reach.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
Cool. Okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh dear.
You have to go. Okay. Spin the wheel.
All right. Let's spin the wheel. Okay.
5 games to play after lockdown. Okay. Let me go to the over here.
Just to make clear, we don't have all our games in one room, so I will be running around the house.
Yes. And time starts now.
Lovely. Lovely. I know of one.
You know of one.
Oh, of course. I want to play that too. And that. And that. All of the games.
You are allowed to come back and dump boxes on the table.
Yeah. Spoilers though.
The answer is 5 games of Sidereal Confluence. I don't think so. We have never played that, so probably not. Although it's a big game with a lot of players, so that it should be in the right ballpark or genre. I should get a random rule
Dutch?
book, and I'm gonna do it in Dutch, just because it's better. So I have the rules for Flashpoint in the Dutch edition. So here we go. Flashpoint. Met en voor elkaar door het vuur. Een samenwerkingsspel van Kevin Lanzer. Er komt een telefoontje binnen. 112, kan ik u helpen? Aan de andere kant van de lijn volgt een panische kreet. Brand! Luttele momenten later heb je je beschermingspak aan en je gereedschap verzameld en ben je op weg naar de plaats van de brand. Rachel, meanwhile, is decided to descend down the stairs to see what games are in the living room. Je brandweerteam heeft maar een paar seconden om de situatie te beoordelen en een plan van aanpak te bedenken. Iedereen weet wat hij moet doen en komt meteen in actie. Professionele hulpverlening redt levens. So, you probably don't understand Dutch, but this is just pretty much the fluff text. I can't do it here. It won't focus. This is actually an interesting one because English rulebooks are getting better at using gender-neutral pronouns, but the Dutch language doesn't seem to have one, or at least it's not as mainstream enough to use it in rulebooks. Every time I have to read a Dutch rulebook, something inside of me just flinches at every time it says he, because somehow every person in a rule book in Dutch is he instead of she or they, which is another reason to get English versions for me. Other than it's easier to make a comic about, because sometimes the rules in Dutch are actually slightly different. That is impressive. Have you found your 5 games?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Then I can stop reading Flashpoint in Dutch. We'll stop the timer.
Alright.
We'll switch back to the main camera.
Alright.
Do you want to do a specific order, or are you like, these are 5 games we're gonna play after? I want to play after lockdown.
Hold on. Will I do a specific order? That's hard. I will try. But, you know, whatever.
Okay.
Alright. Sorry. Maybe I should take this off.
Oh yeah, we're
so
daisy chained together, so it's like an umbilical cord situation. Okay, do you want to your headphones? There's no audio on these. We can just dump them, actually.
Oh yeah, but it's weird.
It's
but
weird.
You're right.
Yeah.
We can dump them. Alright, no headphones. Sure. So, number 5. We've already seen it, no surprise. It's too big. Gloomhaven. You know, just wanted to finish this beast. And I think we're like 36 games in.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, that is correct.
You know, it's not creative, just want to finish it.
Just want to finish it. Cool.
I mean, the game is fun.
Yeah.
And creative, but, you know, it had to be in there. Number 4.
Number 4.
I would like to play Treasure Island.
Treasure Island.
Because we've only played it twice so far. And every time I have been John Silva. And it's been fun. But I also want to play as a ordinary pirate.
Okay, cool.
And see how the game is like that.
That's fair enough.
I want to draw on the map as well.
Okay. Cool.
Oh well.
Okay, so number 4, Treasure Island.
Treasure Island.
Number 3.
Number 3. I'm gonna go for Forgotten Waters because we bought this during lockdown and we've only played it with 2 players and that works. But I want to see what kind of mayhem or madness it will be if you play it with 5. It goes up to...
I think 7?
7?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure if we can find 7 people to play this with, but I'd like to try it with more than just 2. Very curious. I mean, it's been enjoyable with 2, but...
It might be better with more.
Exactly.
Okay, so number 3 was Forgotten Waters. Number 2. Root.
We got Root a few weeks ago. And we didn't get the Clockwork expansion. So there's basically no fun way for us to try this new expansion. I really want to know how it is. I mean, crows and moles. It's adorable.
And new maps.
Well, this is just nice decoration on our shelf right now. So number 2.
Root.
The Underworld expansion.
Okay, and then number 1.
The King's Dilemma.
Explain.
Well, we were going very strong. We played it like once a week with a group that was very dedicated. I mean, we even did cosplay at one point.
We did.
Well, at least the ladies did. The men weren't very interested.
We were working towards it.
I want to know how it ends.
Yes, and also one of our players is pregnant.
Well, basically 2 of them.
Yeah, because they're a couple.
Yeah.
And they're expecting in, I want to say, November-ish.
October.
Or maybe even October. So there's a deadline to that one. So number 1 is King's Dilemma because we've had a lot of fun with this. A lot of social
pinching and, well, bribery.
And there's still war going on.
Oh yeah, there's a war going on. I think we can finish this quite quickly, but we got cut off by a disease. So
Okay.
that was my
That was your top 5.
my
So
top 5 games to play after lockdown.
number
or-
5 was Gloomhaven.
Gloomhaven
Number 4.
was sorry, that was Treasure Island.
Number 3.
Number 3 was
Forgotten Water.
Forgotten Waters.
Number 2.
was Roots,
Number
the
1.
Underworld expansion, and number 1 was The King's Dilemma.
Excellent. Okay, it took us 10 minutes to do one, which will mean we'll be able to blast through 4 or 5 of these, which is a scary thought.
Oh my, that's a lot of running.
That's a lot of running.
Okay,
It's
great.
a lot of putting things back on shelves at the end.
It's fine. We get to mix it up again.
Yeah, that's true.
It's fun. Then we can't find games for at least a week.
Let's go back to the wheel.
All right. So, are you ready?
I am ready.
The wheel is telling you.
Top 5 games we've upgraded. Okay, cool. I'll be able to do that. Let's see. Time goes now.
Okay, good luck.
Thank you.
So I should read from a manual then.
You should probably read from a manual. Do you want a specific manual?
Oh, you have to pick your games.
Maybe a nice game like frame.
Sure.
No, we did not.
All right. So Heinz is tearing apart the shelves. He's looking for games that we've made prettier or better by making an insert, or even a completely new. Oh, he's going down the stairs. In the meanwhile, you are a Fedoran acolyte and must prove yourself ready to become High Priestess of the Fedoran Gardens. You will need to water the flowers, feed the animals, and clean ancient relics as you study the 10 final lessons of the Cirrus Order. Object of the game. Over a series of 10 rounds, players will select and play pathway cards, creating unique paths through the Fedoran Gardens. The more areas of the same type, grass, water, and soil you connect, the more points you will score. There's also just a video where you can watch the rules. It's a lot easier. In the meanwhile, Heinz is getting back up. So how many do you have?
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I want to change one. Yes, I do want to change one.
You want to change one?
I want to change one.
This is exciting. Oh yes, I could see.
Yes.
Oh, I think he's ready.
Let me get this one out of the pile.
So, Heinz is getting the top 5 games we have upgraded in any way.
In any way, okay, let's go back to the main camera.
And let me... that one.
Yes, okay.
Yes.
So, number 5 is Great Western Trail. This is a tiny upgrade. Well, actually, there are 2 upgrades.
2 upgrades.
There's 2 upgrades in it, which one is actually improves the game, and the other one improves the game, but more in a fun way. So the first upgrade we did were these tiny baggies. The game comes with these tokens labeled 1, 2, 3, and we've made these little baggies. Well, we bought the baggies and then we stenciled these numbers on them to set up the game more quickly.
Yes.
And the second upgrade
Are
those little wooden tiny horsey nipple thingies.
it's all plastic sounds. I'll wait. Yes. I think we actually saw this first on a picture of FK and Elaine, of No Pun Included.
and you can get these tiny little wooden horses. Let me get the webcam out for this. Yes. And most of them fit pretty snugly, and it's just better because they're cowboys selling selling cows. um, and actually, when we gave somebody Great Western Trail for their Secret Santa on BGG, we actually made sure to include these horses.
Well, and the bag.
And the bags as well.
Yeah.
Because we both think they are necessary upgrades for the skin.
Yeah, they are. They just make it a lot easier and way more fun.
Yes, so number 5
is Great Western
Trail. We've upgraded the baggies and the horsies. Number 4 is near and far. This box now weighs a metric ton. I think I'm going to use the webcam again. So what we did is, let me get it in front of the webcam, and let me just make it a handheld thing. The box is quite full now, which is a problem, but if you start removing parts like this storybook.
You tell, I remove stuff.
Okay, sorry, I'll just hold the camera.
We're 2 persons. It's perfect.
There's a nice laser cutted character tray.
Oh wait.
And you can even
Oh.
we've stored the box wrong. But you know, the insert is still there. We've designed this insert ourselves. It isn't perfect, and it actually kind of damages the box, but it's lovely to see. My favorite part is this character tray, because if you flip over these characters, actually the name is added, is visible, so you actually know the names of the different characters.
Yes.
The only problem is it's a very complex insert, so it's hard to put back in the box correctly again. The box is a bit too heavy to actually move around easily, but it's a lot of fun this way.
Yes.
Yes, and you're right, bad inserts are the worst, but this is my own design, so at least it's my fault. So that's number 4.
Yeah. Okay, I'll take care of this.
Okay. I'll bring in number 3.
Which one?
I think I'm going to do Treasure Island.
Oh, again?
Again, Treasure Island. Because it's one of those, another small upgrade which just makes the game infinitely better. One thing we'll probably have to replace at one point is whatever these called in English. You know, bosser. I don't know. This will probably break, but what we've done, we've replaced these markers that normally write on the board with these chalk markers, which is a huge improvement because you don't wipe out the board as easily, and also they're a lot more visible. And since we play with a lot of colorblind people, we were actually able to find a mix of colors that is visible to everybody. So that's my number 3, the chalk markers in Treasure Island.
Good pick. Good pick.
Could be.
If we just, were able to play it.
Yeah. Then number 2.
Why not permanent markers?
Well, you know, we want to play it more than once. We're not fancy reviewers who can just. Okay, so this is a bit weird. This is my number 2. It's our copy of Elder Sign.
Yes.
Yes. What is handy?
I don't think there's a handy for this. I'll hold it.
Okay. So it's this normal wooden box we bought at
chest
thingy. And it comes with a myriad of inserts. This is the first insert I ever designed, and I think it's still one of the better ones I ever did. So it comes with these lovely inserts. But the one that I'm mostly proud of are, of course, at the bottom.
Always.
Always. Oh no. Yes.
Should I take it out?
Probably. Yes. So once you get into the different expansions, they all have these large tarot size cards. So every one of these lanes is one of those scenarios you can play. So here in the bottom you can see the.
You could see it.
Oh, you can see it here. Yes.
It was strategically placed.
Strategically placed with the Omens of Ice and the Streets of Arkham.
You are fancy reviewers. Come on.
And then there's this nice little ridge here that holds all the investigators, which is a lot easier to shuffle through than just a normal baggie. So that's my number 2, Elder Sign. And this insert was inspired by our number 1, which is not completely our own upgrade.
You're gonna put that on this table? Well,
maybe we should put this to the side.
Alright. I'm gonna take away the tea because you might destroy equipment.
Okay, so our number 1 upgraded game is this thing. Talking about swanky wooden chests. This is our copy of Eldritch Horror, which people who've been following us for a while probably know about this. Let me get this here. Look, it says Eldritch Horror, so
yeah,
it is Eldritch Horror. This was a wedding gift. So it's very sturdy, it's very well designed. It comes with lovely inserts. But the most spectacular part, and I should lift the box a bit higher for this, is this part.
It's actually a cabinet.
It's actually a cabinet.
Oh, hello, Russ. Sorry, Russ. My bad. Oh, this is going very well. Our first live stream and our so it's a cabinet with actual drawers you can take out, and it has the cards in there, and it has a magnetic sealing at the end, so it snaps very nicely in there. These are actual drawers you can, or 3 drawers. Excuse me, I forgot the bottom one. That hold all the manuals, the rule books, other cards, scenarios, dice, everything that comes with Eldritch Horror.
Yes.
It's very fancy. It's like
it's one of the most impressive things we own. And it was made by a friend of ours who actually borrows this copy a lot. So it has been recently returned to us after being gone for 6 months because he tends to borrow it to play again and sometimes to tinker with the box.
This is true.
So that's my top 5 games we've upgraded. So that's Great Western Trail, Near and Far, Treasure Island, Elder Sign, Eldritch Horror.
You're better at this than I am.
Excellent.
Thank you for following, Baz. Also, we have a few comments in the chat.
Oh.
So it's silly because they don't show up on this screen, though.
Oh.
So this is.
We're very new at this.
We are very new at this. I'm disappointed.
Okay, how can we make those comments appear before we go into?
Thank you for the follow. Well, you can read them over there. So
I can read them over there.
What? On the screen there, on the right.
Oh, permanent markers. That's so cool, incredible. Thank you, Russ, for commenting on the quality of the stream because we are not really able to check that while we're live. It seems nice on the second screen. What do you do if a new expansion comes out? This is actually a problem because right now it holds about, the Eldritch Horror chest holds about the half of all expansions that have come out.
Yeah.
And there's room for maybe...
one small expansion.
Yes.
But no big expansions.
But no big expansions anymore. So we have to thread very, very carefully in selecting our last expansion to make it into the chest.
Yeah, also friends of ours are quite the Eldritch Horror fans as well, and they've been buying every expansion we don't have, that we don't own. So
Yeah.
we do get to play them, but we just don't own them, which is fine. You don't have to own everything.
Actually, we've learned that it's kind of fun that a lot of our friends own a copy of Eldritch Horror, but don't have the same combination of expansions.
Yeah.
Because then it's sort of like a localized experience depending on the copy you're playing, which is interesting and something we haven't experienced with other games.
Yes.
Thank you, Bess, for telling us we're both looking great.
Aw, thank you, Beth.
Well, thank you. Should we do another top 5 while I reconstruct
Oh, no.
our little timer thing?
Okay. I will.
Let's see.
I will try not to trip over all the games on the floor here now.
Okay, so we've got 5 minutes left. Let's go to the wheel. It's your turn now.
Yes, I have to initiate the wheel.
You have to initiate the wheel. Okay.
Spin it.
Spin
All right.
it. Let's go.
I have no idea. Let's just go.
Let's just go. Top 5 games for Instagram. Spin the wheel.
I have already spun the wheel. Oh. Okay. Yes.
Yes? You ready?
Yes.
Okay, then I'm going to start the timer. And I have to read from a rule book again.
Or if people have
If
questions.
people have questions, you can also ask questions.
You can prevent him reading from a rule book. No, you read nicely. It's
Yes?
okay.
Do we want to continue reading from the Dutch Flashpoint, or should I grab something else? I'm just going to continue with Dutch Flashpoint. Just because it's the most dreadful thing I could possibly read on stream. Okay. Previously on reading the rules of Flashpoint Live, we've gotten to the intro part, which is just fluff and not important. Right now we're going over to the component part of the manual. So it says speelmateriaal, which means as much as components. 6 brandweerlieden, which is 6 firemen. 1 speelbord. 33 brandfiches. 18 PVA-fiches. 24 schadestenen. 8 deurfiches. 24 brandhaarden. Overige fiches, which just means miscellaneous shits. Voertuigen. Brandweerwagen en een ambulance. So for the viewers on our stream. A fire truck is een brandweerwagen. En an ambulance is een ambulance of ziekenwagen. Which isn't as nice as the German word for ambulance, which is
Krankenhauswagen.
Krankenhauswagen or Krankenwagen? I'm not sure. German isn't the best language I have in my arsenal. Dan 6 spelerskaarten. Goedenavond. Dobbelstenen.
How much time do I have left?
You have 3 minutes left.
Okay.
It is Krankenwagen. So yes, the German language is just wonderfully practical. Because Krankenwagen translates to something like car for the sick. Dan overzichtskaarten, which are player aids. And specialistenkaarten, which are your player roles. Meanwhile, Rachel has gone downstairs to look for more Instagram, the most Instagram games we own. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Kort speloverzicht, which is a short game summary. Flashpoint is een coöperatief bordspel. Alle spelers maken deel uit van hetzelfde team.
That game that was so... no, I forgot the name.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, well, there's another game that uses my own tiles, and we've never played it. It was big at A-Spiel. I don't know if it was last year or the year before.
Wasn't it this?
No, wasn't it Theotihuacan?
Well, that's not really mahjong tiles though.
Oh, right.
White blocky blocks.
Whatever. Anyway, so my number 5.
Number 5.
Dragon Castle.
Number 4.
My number 4 is Parks. Parks is just, well, what can I say about parks? Every visual detail of this game is, I don't want to say perfect, but yeah, almost as good as perfect. Even the insert is top notch. It works. It's small. It's a lot of game in a very tiny box, and every park card is beautifully illustrated by I think they're all different artists.
Yes. So they're part of the, I want to say, 59 Parks project, which makes these lovely posters.
Precisely.
Of every park.
Yes, so every park you visit has a unique style and color palette, and they're all beautiful. So, very Instagram worthy.
I think it actually won More Games Please Best Art Game Prize thing last year.
Well, and it deserves it.
Okay, cool.
I agree now.
That's nice.
Okay, number 4, Sparks.
It's Parks.
Number 3. Oh my god. It's Sabotage!
Okay.
Alright. Well, you know, Sabotage. The cover looks cool. The inside is even cooler. I mean, you can open it up like... Ooh. Not sure if you're going to see any of this. I'll just stand up with it.
Okay.
So you open it up like this.
Oh, I'm so scared for the insert to fall out. Okay.
Some dramatic effect on live stream. This is what people want.
Okay, cool.
I'll try to not. And then we have it. It has very awesome miniatures. You know, you use this box as a screen to divide the different teams or players if you're just playing with 2. And, well, and I have to be honest, we haven't had a chance to play it yet.
No, this is actually one of those games we have promised some friends to play after lockdown.
Yes, and I realized that after I picked my top 5 of games to play after lockdown. After I had my top 5, I realized, oh, I forgot Sabotage. It should have been in there. But since it's also very pretty, I think it can also go in the top 5 for Instagram.
Excellent. So that was your number 3.
My number 3. My my number 2. It's quite a new game in our collection. And that is High Rise. High Rise is an impressive...
It's so big.
It's so big. It has a very impressive, well, I won't say... very good table presence.
Yes.
And I think the most impressive part of this game are the buildings you put on the board, and they're lovely. They're illustrated really, really great. But at one point, I mean, I don't think you'll ever get a 15-point building on your.
We haven't figured it out.
We haven't figured that out, but you will have like this very long board on your table with these beautifully made, well, cardboard buildings, and it looks impressive. I mean, it is hard to make a good picture of. I'll have to say that.
Yes, because it's a table full of tall cardboard spires.
Exactly, but we've played it once or twice now.
I think
Twice.
I think we set it up twice and played it once.
Oh right. Well, anyway, it's a way lighter game than I expected. I thought it would be quite a heavy economical game. We never had a chance to actually play test it before we received our Kickstarter copy with Gil. So so it was a lot lighter and even easier than I thought. It's really fun. I'm actually looking forward to playing this with more than 2 players as well.
So you're secretly doing 5 games I want to play after lockdown part 2.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But these are even prettier.
Even 5 prettier games I want to play after lockdown.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
All right. And speaking of games that look special and different, Illimat. Illimat kind of looks like the story behind Ilimat is actually kind of fun. It was originally developed for the band, a photo shoot for the band The Decemberists by some kind of marketing agency.
I'm not sure who developed it.
Well, I don't know either, but either way, they at one point they actually wanted the photo prop to be made in an actual board game, and that's what Keith Baker did. And so they came up with the actual game of Ilimat. Now, what's impressive of this about this game is that it kind of looks like you're in an occult. you're doing some kind of something occult-ish, since it involves tarot.
It seems very tarot-like.
Yeah, very tarot-like cards, and the board actually is this
Mysterious-looking cloth.
exactly, and if you don't know what's happening in the game and you watch people play it, you have no clue what's going on.
Yeah, no.
I mean, the actions you do are very swift, so you just see people doing this, but without context. No clue. And also, it just looks really lovely on any table, grass, I don't care, wherever. You can play it anywhere. It's also a very small box, nice to take along.
Yes, because this box now contains the base game as well as the expansion.
Yes.
So.
And it's, well, about the size of a, well, it's tiny. It's nice. It's very pretty.
Okay.
So this is my number one.
Is this your number one? It is your number one.
Yes, this is my number one.
Excellent.
Because it looks very original.
It's true. Nothing else looks like it.
No. This is my hidden gem.
It's your hidden gem.
And I don't think enough people know about it. So, if you ever, well, whatever. There.
There. Okay, excellent.
So my number 5 was, I suck at this. My brains.
Dragon Castle.
There we go.
Do you have to listen to the Decemberists whilst you play? They have one good song. Yes, you have to actually not only listen to the Decemberists, you actually have to sing along to the Mariner's Revenge song. That is mandatory. Actually knowing the songs does kind of help with the interpreting the tarot cards somehow.
Yeah.
They reference a lot of their songs.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, I think that's your top 5.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry. My number 4 was Sparks.
Yes.
My number 3 was Sabotage. My number 2 was High Rise, of course, High Rise. And my number 1 was Ilimat.
Excellent. Let's see if the... Yes, you can see the timer. I think this is the last top 5 we'll do.
Yeah.
Because we've already crashed on the computer.
Yes.
Spin the wheel.
I shall spin the wheel for you.
I have to figure out... No, we've done that one.
Oh yeah, we've done that one. Spin it again!
Again! Top 5 games that are underrated. Whoo! Okay. I might gonna need more than 5 minutes. Let's go.
Here we go. Good luck.
Mm-hmm.
So how far were you in that flashpoint?
Oh yes. I was I've just read Kortspel Overzicht.
Oh no.
Yes.
Okay. All Splitter games. That's a very good one. We actually don't own any Splitter games.
They're Dutch.
Yeah, even though they're Dutch, a friend of ours actually really likes Splitter games, and especially
Food Chain.
yes, thank you, Food Chain Magnet, and he already buys the games, so good for us, I guess. So 2 versies. There we go.
2 versies.
Deze handleiding.
Just
Heinz just crashes into the
lamp.
into the lamp. Very, very well. Well done. Alright. Deze handleiding bevat 2 versies van de spelregels. Het familiespel, een eenvoudige variant om het spel te leren en of met jongere kinderen te spelen. En het spel voor gevorderden voor extra spelers. Voor ervaren spelers. Belangrijk, in Flashpoint werken de spelers als team samen en mogen over alle details met elkaar overleggen. Sterker nog, Heinz is starting to pull his hair out behind the camera.
I'll be back.
Oh, he's going downstairs. Really curious what he's gonna turn up with. So where were we? En mogen alle details met elkaar overleggen. Sterker nog, dat raden wij ten zeerste aan. Een goede samenwerking is de basis voor een geslaagde reddingsoperatie. Maar uiteindelijk voert de actieve speler altijd zijn beurt naar eigen goeddunken uit. Ook al zijn de andere spelers het niet met hem eens. Opmerking. Als in deze spelregels van brandweerman wordt gesproken, kan daar ook een vrouwelijk bemanningslid mee bedoeld worden. Oké. Het speelbord. Het speelbord is dubbelzijdig. Elke kant toont een ander huis. Het gebied buiten het huis bestaat uit velden met getallen en dobbelsteenzijden en 4 hoekvelden. Deze velden zijn onderdeel van het speelbord en kunnen door brandweerlieden betreden worden. You played Unforgiving. Yes. I actually, I think my first game of Food Chain Magnet was brutal. I think something went wrong with my marketing at the very beginning of the game. And I never recovered from that.
I have to say I've played it 4 times since, and every time has been the same experience, the same brutal experience.
Yes. Double-sided is Dutch. Yes, dubbelzijdig is actually the same word. Just a bit more Dutch. Dubbelzijdig, double-sided. Double-sided. Yeah, dubbelzijdig.
Dubbelzijdig.
We're mixing up languages now.
I think I've got 5.
Do you already have 5?
I think I've got 5.
Oh, you've got 5 really interesting titles.
Well,
You're all in for a treat. Cool. All right. Well, we're not really going fast through this manual rule book though.
No.
It's good. You did well. You've got 1 minute, well, a little more, over 1 minute left.
Okay, let's pause this and return to the main camera. Okay, excellent. Okay, so number 5
There you go.
is Tim Fowler's Fugitive. I think this is excellent. It's short. It's 10 minutes. It has very few rules, but it does. It's actually just a deck numbered from 42. Can you see that? 42 to 1.
Mm-hmm.
But it's very exciting.
Yeah, it's a shame you can. It's not very easy to get. You can only order it at Tim Fowler's
Games.com. Just Google it.
Yeah.
He recently released a free online version. You should really check it out. Take the time to read it. To read the rules. Cardboard right now even has a tutorial video about it, which takes about 7 minutes. I want to say this is the closest you'll get to bluffing and asymmetrical gameplay this side of Netrunner complexity.
Yes, and you can play it on playfugitive.com.
Excellent addition. So this is my number 5. The only reason this is number 5 is because it's slightly less underrated than some of the other titles on this stack. Number 4 is Roland McDonald's Ruthless. Most people will know Roland as the illustrator
from Western Legends.
Western Legends and Undaunted, but he also designs games like this one, Ruthless, which features art by Roland McDonald because
he does everything himself.
He seemed to be available somehow. It's a really interesting poker-based deck builder game about pirate ships on a cruise, and well, there's a deck building joke somewhere in there. It's really cool because it changes up some rules about how deck building works. You're very limited to the amount of cards you can buy and play every round, and at the end of the round, the cards you've played and the cards you've bought should form poker hands, which is really cool and really fun and can get really creative. So number 4, Ruthless by Ronald McDonald. Then number 3, I don't know which one.
Oh no.
Let's just go with this one.
Yeah.
So this is Aristea, I think. I don't know. This is one of those titles I don't know how to pronounce in English.
We just call it Aristean.
We just call it Aristea. We'll just call it Aristea. So this is actually one of those miniature board game hybrid things, kind of like Warhammer Underworld or God Tier or maybe even Wildlands, where the miniatures are there and it's enough miniatures to lure in miniature gamers, but it's actually kind of a good board game as well.
Yes.
Aristea is a futuristic blood sport in the Infinity universe, and it has a sort of a King of the Hill scoring mechanism where you score points based on the amount of players on your team that get into the right areas. And what I really like about this one is because it's not about scoring by using killing each other, but by being at the right place in the right time. It's really about timing and movement and pushing away opponents, and you can also kill them. That's fine, but it doesn't score you points.
Exactly, not necessary.
And it isn't too complicated to build and not too expensive to build a whole team. So the base game comes with 6 characters, but they have these tiny expansions that come with 4 characters, and maybe this even comes with 8 characters? I think this even comes with 8 characters. There are 4 characters in the team, I want to say.
Yeah,
8. 4 characters in the team.
Yeah.
And you can mix and match this any way you like, and there's a very limited amount of deck building, and the cards you can put into your deck is limited by the players that you actually put in your team. So it's not like Warhammer Underworld where you have to buy every expansion to build the bestest deck, because your card choices are limited by who you actually put into your team. And the miniatures look excellent, and they're plastic, and that's lovely. And I'm sort of confused why Infinity still doesn't have plastic miniatures, because these look amazing. So number 2, let's do this one.
No.
It's Cerberus, or as we call it, Team Doggo.
Yes, Team Gorgie.
Team Corgi.
Oh well, no.
Sometimes. So Cerberus is a semi-cooperative game.
Exactly.
Very underrated genre.
one of the few we have. Actually.
One of the few we have, and it's about escaping hell while being chased by the 3-headed hellhound known as Cerberus.
Yes.
The whole design is based around the prisoner's dilemma, so you can help each other, but you won't help yourself as much while you're helping others. So there's sort of like a nice dynamic between should I help others, should I only help myself? And at the end of the road, so you have this long, sort of just like real life, and you have this long board, and at the end there is one boat at the shore, and at the beginning of the game you don't know how many room there is on the boat. So it could be that there are 3 possible places on the boat, so
or
3
just one.
or just one. So because you are not quite sure how much chance there is of winning, there's a lot more incentive to backstab each other or even manipulate the boats while the game is going on. Once you're eaten by the hellhound, if you are eaten quickly enough, you actually turn into Team Hellhound, and your goal is to eat all other players. It's a lovely, fun game. It plays up to 7, I want to say 7.
Yeah.
They say in about 45 minutes. I think with 7 it's going to take a little longer, but it has that backstabby social deduction werewolf sort of emotional impact.
Well, you know, the moment you exactly what you're saying, the moment you die, it's okay. You just become the lovely. Oh, you're gonna get it. Hellhound.
Hellhound. So it comes with some great meeples. It comes with the Hellhound meeple. Maybe we should just put it up on the webcam.
Oh yes. I think something's on the keyboard.
Oh, I think
it
so
might be
too.
blocking your.
Yes. Okay, so it comes with this lovely Hellhound meeple, and the reason why we call this Team Dog is ironically not the actual Hellhound, but it comes with a small corgi.
It has a corgi. It's a character.
Meeple, and somehow it always wins. But
So far in our games, it has.
It has.
Mm.
Okay, so that's my number 2.
Yes.
Sorry.
You want
Oh
some-
yeah,
You want some water?
I want some water. Also, another lovely touch. It has these achievements on the side of the box, and it comes with a huge sticker.
Yeah, it comes with
It's
stickers.
stickers
you can...
to mark off your achievements, which is a fun twist that nobody seems to do somehow.
No. I think La Boîte de Dieu has done it with some more recent games of theirs.
Yeah, I think so too. But it's fun.
But we haven't seen it with any other publishers.
No, you should do it because it's fun. So our number 1 underrated game, or my number 1 underrated game, I don't know about your number 1 underrated game, is Mental Blocks. So we really like Mental Blocks because it comes with these large, colorful foam blocks. Look, foam blocks. Great. And what you do is every player is going to get one part of the solution of a puzzle. So, for example, they're just going to get the side, or they're just going to get an isometric view but without the colors. So you don't know the full picture, but together you have to communicate what you should be building. So there's even additional challenges if you want to. For example, you can give some players some handicaps, like they can only touch the yellow blocks, or they can't talk, or they can whatever. And if you play with enough players, you can actually put in the answer card as a trader card. So one player will get the answer in advance, but they'll have to try to stop the other players from successfully completing the puzzle.
Yeah.
It's really quick. You play it with a timer. I think most player counts actually it only goes to like 7 minutes or 10 minutes max.
Yeah.
So every time we've played it, we've played like 6 or 7 games in a row because everybody wants to see if they got the next one and the next one. And one thing we found is that if you haven't played for a month, you can pretty much start all over, and you don't have to warn yourself to spoil the puzzles because you only get part of the solution.
So this kitty cat is called Starbuck.
Oh, hey.
Yeah. It's her dinner time. So
It's her dinner time.
She comes
knocking.
She comes knocking and letting us know. She's always afraid we forget.
Yes, somehow. But we never do.
No.
Okay, I think that's about it. We've gone about an hour. The computer has crashed, so it wasn't actually a successful test to see if the camera would hold up. But, it seems that my computer is a bigger problem than the camera.
Next time we'll use my computer, which is more stable.
Yeah. Because you're the better computer builder.
Yeah, so it's newer.
It's also new. Cool. So that's it for us for this live stream.
I think so, unless anybody has a very, very important question to ask. Other than that, I think we'll round up. Feed our hungry
predators. She's starting to knock over glasses. Okay, well, we'll see you.
Yes, thank you all
later.
for watching. I mean, we've just
done this thing.
When
can we have another one? I'm not sure.
I don't know. If people enjoyed it, we can do it more often.
Yes.
We'll
start a campaign to see if people actually want one.
Yes.
We'll have to think of another format because we've probably done all our top 5s now.
No, we still have some left.
Okay, cool.
We still got material for another one.
Okay, well then, shall we say bye?
Yeah, I think we'll say bye.
Okay, bye.
All right.
All right.
It's a very visual bye here.
Yeah. Okay. Bye.